tell you about a annual tune-up. It's maintenance that you should probably do to your lawnmower. A few basic things as far as your lawnmower. You always want to check your oil. You always want to make sure you have fresh fuel before ever starting your machine. So I'm going to go through some of the basic checks as far as your oil on this machine. Every machine is a little bit different, but as far as if you do have a Honda that's just like this one, here's some ways of checking it. We want to make sure you have a clean rag, and when you go to check your oil, you've got your dipstick on the side. As far as on this Honda lawnmower, they tell you and show you how to read the dipstick, that the dipstick is supposed to be read, the oil level. You remove the dipstick, wipe it off with your clean rag, and then instead of threading the dipstick back in, what you want to do is just touch the dipstick down into the tube and set it there for a few seconds, let the oil get on the dipstick, and then read the dipstick. It should be to the top of their markings, and that'll show that your oil level is full. So you always want to do this every time you start your lawnmower. If you don't, there's no oil in it, you can do major damage, internal damage to your motor. So we know our oil level is good. Move on and double check our fuel. What you want to do is remove the fuel cap. One way to know whether or not your fuel is any good is, yes, you can look at the color of the fuel. Use a small flashlight, look at the color. Most standard fuel has a light color to it, light tan, almost even a golden color. When it starts to get a deep golden color, the fuel probably is getting bad. One other thing you can do is smell the fuel and whether or not it is good. And most cases, it has a sweet smell if it's bad. Just as you go and fill up your car, it has a standard gas smell. If it's real hard on your nose, burns your nose real bad, chances are the fuel's probably going bad and you should change that. But you can just put your nose to the fuel tank, smell it. If you're not getting knocked over, chances are the fuel's probably good. This fuel is good. So what we'll do, now that the oil is good, the fuel is good, there's nothing underneath the lawnmower, you start it up. What I'm doing here is I'm warming up the oil. You want to get the sediments from the bottom of the crankcase to mix in with the oil, since the mower's been sitting all winter. You want to mix that sediment up in the oil so that warms the oil up, it thins it out, so it'll pour out easier come time that we're going to change the oil. So I'll start the mower up, we'll get it warmed up, and show you how to change the oil. Now that our oil is warm, I'll show you how to drain the oil on this particular mower. You can use any type of oil catch pan. We use a standard baking sheet, and we'll place it on the side, the dipstick side of the lawnmower. What we do is we'll tip the lawnmower over onto the dipstick side so that your air filter, which is under this cover here, is always pointed up. You never want the air filter to be the lowest side because then your air filter will become saturated with oil. So tip it over on its side. Unscrew the dipstick cap and let the oil drain onto the can, into the pan.